Hi guys, and welcome back to Caterpillar Cross Stitch. So in this week's video I've got a special guest with me. It's Claire from Major Sew, who has designed this amazing collider quilt which we've turned into a cross stitch kit for you. If you're new around here, then hi, I'm Sally. I'm the owner and designer here at Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I would absolutely love to have you join this community. So if you like cross stitch and or quilting and are interested in this kind of thing, then please do click the red subscribe button down below and join the channel, and leave us a comment if you've got any questions at all about the design, quilting or cross stitch, and we will get back to you. So welcome, Claire.
Hello.
Welcome to Caterpillar Cross Stitch HQ.
Thank you for having me.
You're more than welcome. And thank you for sharing this amazing design with us all. So it's called the Collider Quilt. Can you talk us through how you chose that name?
It was just down to marketing, and the pattern reminded me of a proper kaleidoscope, all the patterns like gemstones. But kaleidoscope was already being used, kaleidoscope quilt, so I wanted something new. My husband follows like a TV blog post type thing called Collider, so I literally just used Collider because I thought it reminded me of the same thing.
Yeah,
so
and it really is, in the pattern itself, we were talking earlier how when you're looking at it sort of in different ways, from different angles at different times, that the different shapes start to emerge. And
like
you,
a magic eye picture.
It is, it really is. So how long have you been quilting for, and how did you get started?
I started when my children were young, just needed something to do, and started making cushions and things for my daughter's room, which quickly led to keepsakes, where you turn old clothes into teddy bears or quilts. And so I was making quilts that way, and then my love for quilting literally grew from there, and I started making more traditional quilts with just fabric, and it just literally flourished from there.
They're absolutely beautiful. The teddy bears I love, and I love, like you said on the website, about it being a piece that you would hand down and you're sewing with memories, and all of the amazing quilt designs. I mean, I found you on Instagram, as I think a lot of us do these days, find new people and brands, and I think the colours and the patterns are just so special.
Yeah, it's nothing I pre-think about or think, yes, I'm going to do that. It's just what literally is in my mind at the moment, or I've got influenced by something and it just interprets into the quilt.
So I know a lot of you guys out there who are already cross stitchers may have tried quilting before, but for those of us who have no idea what quilting is, can you explain the process, how long it takes, stuff like that?
So quilting is basically getting two pieces of fabric sandwiched with a wadding in the middle, and then you run that through your machine and stitch over it, and that is actually the quilting part.
Yeah.
What I make is a patchwork top, so that's one of your fabric sides, and then you put that into your sandwich and quilt over it. So that's the process.
I like the sandwich phase. I think that's what sort of brings it all together.
Yes, and it gives it that kind of thick texture that you like associate with a quilt.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Fantastic. And for the Collider quilt in particular, what was the inspiration? I know we've touched on the name and sort of the visuals, the inspiration behind the design and the colours in general.
So the colours, I had some fabric in my stash at home that I absolutely loved and was just hoarding and holding on to. And when I designed this pattern, I just thought I'll use that and kind of picked the colours from it. So I have like a big swatch of different fabrics, solid fabric colours, and just literally pulled out the colours from that. So all the colours you see on the Collider quilt are from the backing material.
I'm just obsessed with the colours. Considering there's only 5, and we've matched them, I think, pretty well. Claire
really
kindly gave me some small samples, and we've matched them to the DMC shades. Considering there's only 5, they work so beautifully together.
Yeah.
And it's one thing that it's always a bit of a challenge, is not having too many colours in patterns, but just picking the perfect shade.
Yeah.
And one thing either way could throw it off a bit, but I think the darker blue with the peach and the kind of the olivey yellow.
Yeah, it's called Pickle.
Oh,
so,
yes! I love the name.
Which, seeing it on its own, I don't think I'd ever pick, but somehow when you put it with those other colours, it just goes. Like they all kind of just come together so nicely.
Pickle sounds a lot nicer than 734, which is the DMC code. And what are some of the benefits of quilting? Why might some of our audience want to try it for the first time or get involved?
I think, like with any craft, you're using your hands. It's for me personally, it's a mental health thing. I can just shut off the day, especially like the year that we've had. Like, it's so nice just to go away and be busy and concentrate on something.
Yeah.
And I think that translates into cross stitching.
Yeah,
as well,
definitely.
doesn't it? Yeah.
And then I mean, there's lots of things that you can do to take your mind off stuff and sort of mindfulness activities. But what I love with crafting, and in particular cross stitching quilting, is that you get this amazing thing at the end of it
Yes.
that you're so proud of.
Yes,
So it's not
absolutely.
just
Yeah.
time spent, you're
Yeah.
producing.
Yeah.
And then you can keep it forever and, you know, always remember that time and,
Yeah.
and the effort and skills that were developed in
Yeah.
the making of it. So one thing that I have seen on your Instagram is quilts in the wild.
Yeah.
And I love Claire's photography of holding up these quilts in all kinds of different places. We were talking about one of my favourites, which was at Blenheim Palace
Yeah.
with the lights.
Yeah.
Can you tell us the story behind these shots?
So this is all down to Instagram and just being influenced, but there is a big hashtag in the quilting world, which is quilts in the wild, so check it out and you'll get ideas. And I saw that Blenheim Palace did their promotional pictures and they had this beautiful girl in a red cape in that tunnel, and we were going for the light trail. It was like our Christmas treat for the girls. And I literally saw it and told my husband, we need to try and get this shot. But it was COVID and it was a one-way system and they were pushing people through quite quickly, so there was no time to stand and pose or anything.
Yeah.
So we're walking through and my husband literally said, you've got to do it now, or else you're not going to get it done. So I was literally walking, pulling the quilt out, holding it, walking, kids getting out of shot, and he took the picture and that was it.
It's the most amazing
yeah.
shot. So if you haven't seen it, you're at Major Sew.
Yeah.
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 So go and check it out on Instagram. And also ones sort of by the beach
Yes.
and in fields. So I think by the time this
Yeah.
video goes up, there will be some images on both of our Instagrams. Ours is at Caterpillar Cross Stitch, of us today by Kenilworth Castle. So yeah, took quite a few shots,
Yes.
haven't we, today?
Yeah,
but
it's been
hopefully, you know, you'll get some inspiration from that. So can you tell us what else you've got coming up next and what your
Yeah.
inspiration is behind the next project?
So I've just released a free quilt pattern called Dashed Quilt, which is free to my newsletter subscribers, which is perfect for beginners. And then in a few weeks, which is creeping up really quickly, I have my next pattern called Sweet Wonder, which is another block-based patchwork quilt pattern. So
I love the names that you choose.
Yeah.
How do you think of those? I mean, the dashed one does look like it's got
yeah,
little dashes in it.
so that was, I couldn't get past Dash, and I did ask my Instagram audience as well, and they came up with some great ideas, but Dashed stuck.
Yeah.
And then I had someone message me and said there was a link to keepsakes or memories or something as well with it, so it just felt right.
Yeah.
With Sweet Wonder, it's searching and searching and searching, and then I went and looked at rose names, so I thought that's a good place, and
Yeah,
Sweet Wonder is
nice.
actually a rose, which is why the cover quilt that you'll probably see on my Instagram now is pink, because I just kind
Nice,
of
yeah.
got the colours from
I love
that.
rose names.
Yeah.
I didn't realise there were quite so many before I got into gardening
Yeah.
recently, which I think if you follow me on Instagram you'll know. And I was buying some memoir roses that are also called ice cream.
Oh,
Apparently they look like this massive vanilla
ice cream.
ice cream when they bloom. So no, I absolutely love those names.
Yeah.
And we've also got a dash away cross stitch kit.
Ah.
But there's no dashes,
Yeah.
it's just the reindeer.
Oh.
So dash away all
Yes.
is the theme. So this is the finished thing. I know you've seen it already this morning. What do you think of seeing your design in cross stitch?
It's absolutely stunning. Honestly, I'm blown away because it's so precise
I'm holding it
and
up the
beautiful.
right way.
Yeah,
That way.
That way.
There we go.
That way. But it doesn't matter. It's a square pattern, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. But yeah, I do love it because when I designed it, I didn't see all the pictures, which is why it's quite mesmerising, isn't it? But yeah, stunning. I love it.
It's amazing how easily quilting can sort of transfer into cross stitch. And I think unlike some of our other designs in our normal collection, it would be great for beginners because you've only got 5 colours of DMC thread, and also the repetitive nature of it. So the triangles and these are the shapes. You're doing the same thing over and over again. So there's enough interest in there to keep someone engaged. But I think also because everything touches, you're not carrying threads across. When you wrote the pattern with cross stitch, it's quite hard sometimes to count along.
Yeah.
Whereas this way, I think it would be really straightforward and a really lovely, relaxing
Yeah.
stitch. And yeah, I'm quite impressed. I love that it literally matches perfectly. the colours and the shapes, and I think it's translated really well. So for the Collider Quilt cross stitch, you can either get a full cross stitch kit, and we've got these available in 14 count or 16 count Zweigart Ada, or you can get the PDF cross stitch pattern by itself. So if you're interested, you can get those two projects available on our website, which is caterpillarcrossstitch.com. And if somebody wants to give quilting a go and download the PDF quilt pattern, how can they go about that?
You can just go straight to my website, which is www.madejusto.com, and it's just in the shop.
And it's an instant download?
Instant download, yeah.
And it's got instructions and everything they need?
Yes, it's a 15-page instructions, goes through everything, how to make the quilt pattern.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
I've had a great day.
Yeah.
It's been a great day.
Yes.
And it's lovely to talk to another crafter,
Yeah.
but in a slightly different area. And, you know, for me, there's lots of things I've never tried. So I think we've both said we're now going to give it a go of a bit of a crossover.
Yes. Make the Collider.
Yeah.
And I'm new to cross stitch, so this is going to be a test.
So we'll share images on social
Yeah.
of how this all turns out when we've both given each other's craft a try. But thank you also for watching this week and for being here with us. Please give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. And if you would like to join our VIP Stitch Club, you can do that by clicking the link in the description box down below. You'll get 10% off your first order and a free ebook of patterns. And Claire's also got the free
Dashed quilt.
if you sign up for the newsletter.
That's right, yeah.
So we'll put that link in the description box as well. And we will catch you next week. Thank you so much for being here with me. I've had a great day. Alright guys, see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for being here, Claire.
Pleasure.
Bye.
Bye.
Let's
really
do
awkward.
the end again. I'll just do
your
the
lips start to get dry. I don't know.
Let's just do the last bit.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'll just say that.
You
I
did
got
really well
rid of
till
that.
then.
I know. Bye. It's because I wasn't going to say bye, and then I thought you have to say bye in a minute. I'll try again.